Hi guys, welcome to LiveTutelage. In our previous session, I have explained you about the mark tools. So this is our tools. So we have discussed about rectangular marquee tool and elliptical marquee tool and single row, of course single color marquee tool. Now I'll teach you about the second kind of a selection tool, which is a lasso tool. Now for a quick selection, so you can use the keyboard shortcut menus. See, for example, I want to select mark or I want to select lasso tool. So what you need to do is just press L from your keyboard. It automatically see the cursor moves and cursor points the lasso tool. If you just select M, so see the cursor is moved as a changed as a marquee tool, and this is a highlighted. Okay, and so the rest of the selection tools and for the rest of the features I will explain you later. So here this is the second tool, which is known as a lasso tool. Now here there is a down arrow, that means some other tools are inbuilt or emerged with this lasso tool. So right click it, you can find out three types of lasso tools, but for the three you have the same symbol, which is L. So if you press L, so you will be getting the lasso tool option. Now we will see how we can use this. The main advantage of lasso tool is you will have a free hand of selecting the object. That means, see here, if I select a marquee tool, you have a shaped kind of tool. That means I can only select my object either rectangular kind of shape or a square kind of shape or elliptical or the circle, single row or single column. I cannot select a particular shape, or I cannot select the user freehand shape from my object, right? So I can only select only the shaped kind of object. So what if suppose if I want to select some zigzag, so I want to select from this end to this end and then from here to here, I want to select it. So for this there is no shape, right? I cannot define any shape for this. So for that we have the Adobe Photoshop is introduced the lasso tool. So now let us see how we can select it. Now I have selected the lasso tool. Now here the cursor you can find out the mouse is showing you the lasso tool, and this is something different. So what you need to do is you have to, this is something called a geometrical shape. If you want to select, you can select it, or the lasso tool, you can just select the lasso tool. See, I am just selecting how you have the marquee tool is simply just you drag it, you can have that particular shape. But for lasso tool, so this will be like this, and I am just selecting like this. So you need to drag your mouse however you want, and you have to leave the cursor exactly at the beginning of the point. See, for example, so that is the beginning of the point where you have started. So you have to leave it here, the cursor. That means, see, the highlighted area is being selected. Okay, see, I'm just undoing it. Again, I'm just selecting. See, I'm just selecting this particular part. Now see what happens if I select only up to here and I have left it. So what happens? The selection automatically, the cursor automatically, the endpoint is attached to the beginning. That means this part is being selected. Okay, I can do anything for this part. If I want to increase, for example, this is a particular shape and I want to change the adjustments, you can go for adjustments and go to the brightness. See here. So whatever that I can do, see, you can observe that what is happening into that particular selection. So I can just do, I can increase or decrease my contrast, I can decrease or increase my brightness, okay, and say okay. So this happens for your selection, and deselect it. Control D is to deselect the selection, right? See, only up to here you have selected, and I made some changes of I made the changes of brightness and contrast. I can do this. See, for example, and I'm going to select with the same lasso tool, and I'll be selecting starting from here and then coming back to here, and I'm going to select the complete picture of mine. So I'll come back and have selected. Now see, I want to copy my selection, so you can go to edit and say copy, go to file and create a new file, so which is a clipboard, and you can just create it and you can just use your control V option, or you can go to edit or paste. See the selection, whatever you have selected, you have pasted here. And whatever the selection you made, if you right click it, you can just copy it to the layers, you can cut it. Okay, you can save the selection. You have a lot of options here. You can fill with some color. Okay, so whatever we want, we can do for this particular selection. Now if you observe here, so this is my selection and this is the copied one. If you observe here, the image is not selected properly, because see here the edges, the greenish kind of edge has come. That means when I observe my selection, there are some outer space that I have selected. So what you have to do, when I want to subtract this, I need to select only the edge, only the flower part. So what you need to do is, I already introduced you to these 4 options. So this one is for add to selection and this is for subtract from selection. Just click on it, and which one you need to subtract it, so you can just select it and you can just select it like this, so that part is subtracted. Now again, if you want to remove this, you can just select and you can just drag it, that part is subtracted, right? So for your understanding, I can just zoom it. Yes. Now you can observe here, this is the extra outline we have been taken. So what we need to do for that is, so for our, just select the subtracting option and just select it, whatever you need to subtract the cell, that particular position, you can just drag it. Now that part is subtracted, you can observe from here. So I'm just subtracting this part, so even here I can subtract. So this is how you can just refine your edge. So and here there is a lot of outer space here, right? See here, there is a lot of outer space here. You can just select it. You can just select it and just leave it. So this is being selected. Even here you can just refine. So you can just select it and just leave it. That part will be subtracted. And now even here, if it doesn't want this greenish one, you can just select it and you can just leave it. Now we will see what happens our selection. Now even here also we have something extra, we can remove it, right? Now even here I don't want, so we can just remove it. Okay, now I'm going to copy this, go to edit, say copy, and this is the one which we have created previously. Now let me create one more and let me use my control V. See here, you can observe that changes over here. I have a zoom tool. So almost all we just have taken the shape of the flower. Still you have the outer space of the green part is left over. If you observe here, this one, you can do it as by selecting the subtract. Now here if you observe, comparing to this two, see there is much greenery part here, even here there is much greenery part, and here we have just reduced it. So if you observe, we have reduced it here. Even here also you can reduce it. You can do the experiment for this. See here, actually you can just reduce this particular portion, the outside portion of selection, by just having, see, I'm just selecting my tool and this is the subtraction, and you can just drag the cursor over here, and so that that particular greenery part will be subtracted. Now see, even here I can select like this and leave the cursor. Now Now this is the shape we can just have it. So adjust. This is how you can use our uh, lasso tool. So you can understand easily the main advantage of using of our lasso tool because of it is having a free hand of selecting a particular object of the image. Next session I will explain you about